Hey there, Cassandra K here. So I just wanted to come on here and let you know that today I got to speak to someone that was ready, willing, and able to hear what I had to say. They accepted truth. Anyway, it was good. I had to go help a lady. She wanted to go run some errands for about 4 hours. So I watched her husband for those 4 hours so she could relax and go do what she needed to do. Her husband has had Parkinson's, and that's something that I'm very good at helping people with, whether it's Parkinson's or they have dementia or they're like stroke victims. I'm very good at working with those clients. And I know that this was divinely orchestrated. It's like God picked me to be the one to go over there and speak to this lady and help him. We had a very productive day. From the beginning, she loved me. And I had just mentioned some things that I do with the people with Parkinson's and dementia, like the music, and I was very excited that she was so ready, willing, and able. She gave me full permission to help her husband any way I could because she's just so exhausted. She's tried, the doctor's way, what most people are used to. And she was just ready to know more. She was very ready and receptive to hearing what I could do for her and her husband. So she gave me permission to do whatever. Of course, I'm very respectful and mindful, and I know that God works through me, but I was very pleased with how he and I got to work together today. We got to do some coloring. I got to sing to him. He sang his ABCs with me, and we listened to 432 hertz and 528 hertz nature music from YouTube. And it's very simple. So if you have someone that needs their energy to come up, if maybe they have blocked chakras or something, low energy, you can bring their energy up with the music. And there's lots of music that you can use on YouTube. And that is my go-to, when I'm in people's homes, because it's just a really great tool. And some people just don't know about it. There's so many way showers and light workers who are making some beautiful music with the right frequencies that will help people awaken and lift their frequencies, lift their energy, clear the blockages that are in their chakras, and help them heal. So if you are looking for music, there's also sound bowls and tuning fork frequencies on there. And if you need to know the certain frequencies for each chakra, I can help you. I focus on the 7 chakras. We have more chakras than that, but like a lot of healers, we really, most of us focus on the 7 chakras, like the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, and the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. And we work on clearing those chakras, balancing those, so people don't get sick. you know? When you clear out your chakras, you're a clear channel to spirit. You feel better. You stay well. You get all your senses, you know. And of course, you feel more confident and courageous. And okay, I could go on and on about that, but anyway. So we had a lot of success today. And I know this was divinely orchestrated. You know, it's like God handpicks the ones I get to go see. And I'm grateful. I learned something on every single one. And I know that Spirit has been helping me communicate better. You know, my throat chakra is opening and I'm starting to express myself better. And that's another thing. If you happen to need any help with your throat chakra, you can call on Archangel Gabriel to open up your chakra, your throat chakra. You know, ask him to help you. And so that's another thing you can do. Of course, you know, you can use the frequencies, you know, and the tuning forks and sound bowls and all that, and sing. You can sing, you know, and speaking your truth, you know, or telling people how you truly feel can also help you open up your chakra, your throat chakra, you know. And the reason why that gets clogged up a lot of times is because you didn't speak your truth, or you suppressed your emotions, or suppressed speaking, you know. And that's where you may have lost some life force energy, and, you know, clogged up that, or maybe something from your heart has caused that to push up. You know, it could be a number of things, right? Everybody's different. Okay, so after my after the lady came back, I'll just get back to this. After she came back, she was excited. You know, I made a list of a bunch of things that she and I, you know, talked about before, but I added a bunch of other things that she and her husband can do. It's free to do, and I hope she does it. She was pretty excited about it. She didn't want me to go, and, you know, she was also wanting to know more about the numbers that she'd been seeing. I explained to her about we are going through a mass spiritual awakening. She said she's been seeing numbers, and I was like, okay. I said, this is why God sent me over here. You know, I said, you know, God wants me to really enlighten her some on the numbers, religion, and opening her mind to new ways of doing things that people have forgotten, you know. And I was like, okay, I'll share my light. But she's been getting a lot of repeated numbers. If you get repeated numbers and stuff, that is from your spirit guides. They're from your angels. They're from angels. They're angel numbers. And they have certain messages. And she also explained that she sees a lot of numbers with one. So I said, okay, give me your birthday. And so I looked up her life path number. And her life path number is a number 1. And so she wanted to know more. She was like a sponge. She really wanted to know more. She wanted to keep me there longer today. And I just gave her an idea of certain things that she could study. I said, if you start studying and wanting to know certain things and ask your spirit guides, or they see that you're trying to learn about a certain thing, it's like, you know, it'll start popping up. You know, your spirit guides will play it through music. They'll put it on the television. They'll start trying to communicate with you and show you symbols and signs and they'll start leading you to what you've been trying to learn about, especially things about sacred geometry, angel number messages. They want to communicate with you. They've been trying to get a hold of you. And for her to be seeing all the numbers and everything, they've been trying to get a hold of her. They've been trying, she's obviously ascending. She's going to be one that is ascending. She's just, just now awakening. And that's another reason why she was so receptive to wanting to learn. And because she's been seeing the numbers. So Spirit's been trying to get a hold of her so she could start learning. And so I was really excited to tell her that. And then we talked about religion. And I was like, I discern pretty well, feel people out pretty good, but I was able to speak my truth. I was pretty proud that I didn't hold back. I was able to tell her certain things. We both came from a Christian background. Of course, she still calls on Jesus. I call on Yeshua. And so, religion has divided a lot of people. And so what we need to understand is that we are all one, and we're all here to teach each other. Earth is like a school. And, be more accepting about others. But as a light worker and way shower, I am not supposed to hold anything back, unless it's disrespectful. I get to discern what I need to share, what I don't. Okay, I don't react to every little thing, but we are here to share our light. And the others who are just now starting their journey, if you know something that can help them, you share it with them. And I knew this woman was ready, willing, and able to hear what I had to say. She was so excited. She wanted to know more. And we were able to share with one another. I told her I had an awakening 5 years ago. She had a near-death experience 2 years ago. So, so she's very curious. She wants to know more. And she was so excited because she had just learned about what those numbers meant. And so I got to touch on a little bit about my truth. I know that reincarnation is real. I was able to share that with her. I am aware that I was a priest and a priestess and in a civil war. And, I've been told many times that I was a prophet. And then I resonate with shaman. So I'm pretty sure that I am a shaman. Okay. And I was able to explain to her a little bit about a meeting that I had with Yeshua in December, and a lot of things was cleared, so she got a little education because she was really wanting to learn. And I'm starting to see more people wanting to actually learn the truth. And I was able to just enlighten her on a lot of different levels. And I don't know it all, but I'm here to share my love, my light. And when people want to know, I'll be glad to tell them, and so I was just really excited. Today was a good day, and I'm grateful that I was sent over there to their house. And I know I was sent over there for a reason. I helped them on a lot of levels, and I feel that God really wanted me to go over there so she can start really truly helping her husband. If she wants her husband to live, she's going to have to step back into her power and help him step back into his power. And they take back their control, take back their life. That man can make it. He can make it. He doesn't have to be a zombie, but it's up to them to take the necessary steps in order to have their life back, you know, in a good quality way. You know what I mean? They are not hurting financially. They have a beautiful home, but, you know, quality of life, so they can start having that freedom again and really use cures, you know, real cures, not dumbing him down, not just sticking him over there in the chair. You know, those are children of God, and they deserve the best life ever. And God sent me over there today as a little, you know, boots on the ground helper, holistic practitioner, energy worker, you know, everything, you know, to help them. And so I gave them, you know, the light that they needed. And, you know, it's like you plant the seed, you can water the seed. What they do with it is their business. But at the end of it, we made really good friends. You know, I was very excited. She wants me to come over there again, and I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to teach her some things today. And I hope to hear from her, and I hope to hear of great progress. I hope she does a lot of the things that I had mentioned, and I'm grateful that Spirit has led me to know what I know so I can help love the others. All right. Well, have a great day. Be blessed. I just wanted to share this with you. I'm very grateful. All right. Bye.